All right, let's talk about something that causes a ton of stress for pretty much everyone: the unexpected. We're going to show you how to use AI to figure out your exact emergency fund number and build a real financial safety net. And trust me, it's way faster than you think. Let's dive in. For so many of us, our financial situation feels a little bit like walking a tightrope, right? Everything seems fine until suddenly it isn't. It just takes one little thing to throw everything completely off balance. I mean, really think about it for a second. How fast can a totally normal day turn into a full-blown financial crisis? The answer is instantly. It could be one phone call, a sudden layoff, or maybe your hours at work just get cut. All of a sudden, your main source of income is gone, or at least shaky. Or maybe it's an unexpected trip to the emergency room and your insurance doesn't cover as much as you thought. That bill shows up in the mail and it is a total gut punch. Or, that weird sound your car starts making? Well, it turns out it's $1,000 repair you have to get done just to get to work. And just like that, you're staring down high-interest credit card debt just trying to stay afloat. Okay, but here's the good news. There is a way to get off that tightrope and onto solid ground. And that's exactly what we're focused on today: building your panic prevention fund. So, what exactly is an emergency fund? Let's get specific. It's simply a stash of cash you set aside for one reason and one reason only: to handle major unforeseen expenses. And this part is absolutely crucial. This is not investment money. It's not there to grow. Think of it more like your financial first aid kit. It has to be there, ready to go immediately. I absolutely love this phrase, panic prevention money, because that's its real job, right? It's not about getting rich. It's about buying you peace of mind. It gives you the space to think clearly when things go wrong. Honestly, it's the difference between a crisis and just an inconvenience. And it does two really important things to protect your financial life. First, it's like a shield against that nasty high-interest debt. Instead of whipping out a credit card, you use your fund. And second, it protects your long-term investments. You never, ever want to be forced to sell off stocks when the market is down just to pay for a car repair. This fund stops that from happening. Look, I get it. The idea of building this massive savings account can feel totally overwhelming. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to break it down into 3 simple, totally achievable levels of safety. Here's the roadmap. Your very first goal is just to get $1,000 saved. That little buffer handles most of those small, annoying emergencies. Next, you'll aim to cover 1 full month of your absolute bare-bones essential expenses. And finally, the ultimate goal, a fund that covers a full 3 to 6 months of those essential costs. So, 3 months or 6? Which one's right for you? Well, the guideline is pretty simple. If you have a really stable job with a predictable income, 3 months is a solid target. But if your income is a little more up and down, maybe you're a freelancer or work on commission, or if you have other people who depend on you, aiming for 6 months just gives you that extra layer of security. Okay, so you know the levels, but what is your number? Instead of wrestling with spreadsheets and calculators, we're going to use a super simple AI prompt to get your exact savings target in like 30 seconds. So go ahead, open up ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you like to use and just get ready to copy and paste what we're about to show you. Okay, here's the first part. You're just going to tell it to act as your planner. Then you literally fill in the blanks: your monthly take-home pay, your fixed bills like rent or mortgage, your essential variable stuff like groceries and gas, and any minimum debt payments. And last, just tell it how stable your job is and whether or not you have dependents. And now for the second part. This is where the magic happens. You instruct the AI to calculate your bare bones monthly costs and then give you specific targets for all the levels: the $1,000, 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months. But here's the key. You ask it to recommend the best target for your situation and to explain why. And to make it crazy actionable, you ask it for the exact weekly and monthly amount you need to save. This is where the AI does all the heavy lifting for you. Getting your numbers is awesome, but let's be real, a plan is useless without action. So let's talk about the 2 simple rules that will actually make this happen. Rule number 1, and this is totally non-negotiable, is you have to automate it. The single most effective way to save money, period, is to set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account for every single payday. You pay yourself first before you even have a chance to spend it. And just remember this powerful idea. This isn't about making huge, painful sacrifices every once in a while. No, it's about small, consistent, automatic contributions over time. Even a small amount adds up like crazy. Consistency always beats intensity. All right, rule number 2 is all about playing defense. You need to build a digital firewall around this money with one very, very strict rule. You do not touch it unless it is a true emergency. So what's a true emergency? This is so important. It has to meet 3 criteria. It's urgent, it's essential, and it's unexpected. A sudden job loss? Yep. A surprise medical bill? Absolutely. That big sale on a new TV or a planned vacation? No way. Not even close. This firewall is there to protect your future self from your present self. And that's it. You have the knowledge, you have the tool. It all just boils down to 3 simple actions you can take, like right now. Here is your action plan for the next 5 minutes. Seriously. First, run that AI prompt and get your numbers. Second, look at the recommendation and pick your target, whether it's that starter $1,000 or the 1-month goal. And third, and this is the most important one, log into your bank and set up that automatic transfer. Do it now. So I'll just leave you with this question. Once you do this, once that fund starts to grow and you feel that financial anxiety just start to melt away, what are you going to do with all that new peace of mind? What will it actually feel like to know that you are prepared for whatever life throws your way? That, right there, that's the real power of this plan.